Hi, my name is Kris Potter. I am owner and partner with my wife in Cambrdige Offset Printing. 5 years ago we bought a commercial offset printer. We've diversified into digital printing and now wide format printing. And we're here today talking about our COLEX wide format cutting and routing device. And some of the samples are here in front of me of what we've been able to do on this machine. We've got things as simple as some gift cards that we've printed and cut out of 4x8 sheets of polystyrene. We've got little political symbols that we've cut out of 3mm Sintra, simple arrows for directional signage, and this is a marketing tool that we're going to use to promote ourselves and our cutting. We've cut it all out on this device. I actually have a finished assembled product here. We're going to fill it with a lot of these small samples and send it out to potential customers.
Greg, what has your experience been in dealing with COLEX?
Well, when we were first researching and trying to decide which machine to buy, we looked around at all the big brand names. COLEX wasn't a name we had heard of, but I seen them in a trade magazine and went on their website. Interestingly enough, the sales rep called me and realized that I had already been on his website. I didn't know how he did that, and to this day I'm still not sure because I'd like to put that on my website. He's a very smart young man, energetic. His name is Dimitri. He's been a pleasure to meet and deal with, and I hope to continue doing business with him in the future.
What were the important issues Cambrdige Offset considered before purchasing the COLEX SHARP CUT?
We bought the COLEX after doing a lot of research. As I mentioned previously, we looked at a lot of the major brands, and COLEX was one I honestly hadn't heard of. But I looked at the machine, I looked at its capabilities, and the fact that it's partnered with iCut, and they have the iCut software and camera recognition system, that was key, along with the price point. It can't be matched in the industry right now for the capabilities of this machine, everything that it can do, and the iCut software. Hands down, the best deal out there. In case you're not familiar with iCut, the iCut is a combination of software and camera recognition. The camera's mounted right here. It actually goes around the sheet and it searches for registration marks, which are these black circles right here. In combination with a cut line that you would put in your file, once it finds all of these registration marks, it uses the tool that you select, one of the three on the head here, and it will actually cut the piece out. I actually have a piece here that's already been cut on, as you can see. And that makes running this machine extremely easy.
Why did you decide to purchase your cutter from a lesser known and smaller company like COLEX?
There are a few factors that came into play when we were looking at our SHARP CUT. One of them is ease of use, and from everything we could tell up front, it was an extremely simple machine to operate, not a lot of moving parts, which in turn means not a lot of breakdowns. The staff as well. We went down to the shop, met all the people, from the people that are doing the actual assembly and manufacturing of this machine, on the floor, talking with them one-on-one. In a large company, I don't think you get that. So we're a small company, and we like to do business with other small companies, help each other out, and we found that it had all of the features that we needed and fit perfectly into our price point.
Was the COLEX SHARP CUT instrumental in increasing your client base?
The COLEX has enabled us to expand within our existing customers. One on the wall behind me, I don't know if you can see it fully, but we do printing for that customer in our offset press. And now that we have this machine and the capability of cutting out signage that we weren't able to do before, we've been able to cross-sell into that customer and then from there on to other customers as well.
How easy was it for your people to learn the COLEX SHARP CUT?
The SHARP CUT was very easy to learn. I'm fairly mechanical myself, so it wasn't hard, but I've showed other operators in the shop how to run this machine. It's probably a half-an-hour process to get them to understand the basics of the machine, how it functions, and then maybe another half an hour to show them the software, and they're up and running. Very easy to use. The training personnel was excellent, answered all of our questions, even Since they've left, we've called down with a few questions, called us right back if they weren't readily available, and given us the answers that we've needed to keep us running and in production.
Do you expect that the COLEX SHARP CUT will pay for itself, and how quickly?
I do believe it'll pay for itself, and how quickly is going to be on us, on how fast we can put the product on here, get our samples like this out into the market, and get people to know what we can do. The machine will pay for itself, I believe, in less than a year. I think we'll be able to cross-sell between our existing clients and then go out and go after some bigger customers that we're not in right now.
Does the COLEX SHARP CUT keep up with your volume?
The SHARP CUT does keep up with our volume of work. We actually have a flatbed wide format printer that produces 7 boards an hour. Typically we print multiple up on those boards. They're 4-foot by 8-foot sheets. We usually print 10 or more pieces on a sheet. The COLEX chews it right up, no problem. We print them, move them over here, cut them, and it's sitting waiting for the next board. So I'll need another printer before I need another cutter.
Greg, would you recommend the COLEX SHARP CUT to others?
I would recommend this machine to anybody that's looking for this type of machine that has 3 tool stations, automatic tool height recognition, iCut software. I mean, do the research. I did it. I looked at everything out there. You're going to come back to this machine. It's got everything the big guys have got. It's got a better staff, and it's got hands down the best price point. I was not able to find another machine in the market unless it was used that fell into the price point of this machine.
Chris, was the COLEX SHARP CUT instrumental in increasing your client base?
The COLEX cutter has not only helped us increase our client base, it's helped us to increase the work that we're doing with current customers. It's introduced us to whole new markets. We've been able to produce pieces that we would not have been able to produce in the past. We're looking at bringing promotional printing of items in-house because we're able to create jigs on the COLEX cutter and then print the pieces on another piece of equipment that we had. So it's helping us to utilize equipment we already had. It's stopping us from outsourcing work, and it's getting us into whole new markets.
Do you expect the COLEX SHARP CUT to pay for itself, and how quickly?
I do expect that the COLEX cutter will pay for itself within the first year that we own the piece of equipment. We've had it in here since approximately July. It does run almost every single day, and it's in an area of our business that's growing. So I do expect that it will pay for itself quickly.
Does the COLEX SHARP CUT keep up with your volume of work?
It exceeds our volume of work. The COLEX cutter, we're printing on wide format, and the sheets are sitting waiting to be cut because the speed of the equipment, we just can't keep the printing coming as fast.
Would you recommend the COLEX SHARP CUT to others?
I would recommend the COLEX SHARP CUT to other customers. We've had great success with it. We like dealing with the company. The minor issues that we've had, we've called in, received very quick responses and good guidance on how to do things with the piece of equipment. It has a lot of capabilities, so there's a lot to learn, and they're right there to help you learn the capabilities of the piece of equipment. So I would recommend this machine.